Welcome to this walkthrough of Zenith. I have been using this trailer music / sound effects library for about 7 months now, the last 3 of which I've been using Zenith exclusively with my trailer music productions. I'm always reaching for it. Let's have a look at it now. So we've got Zenith loaded up here. And we're going to go through all of these folders individually and pretty much audition all of the sounds, if not some of them at least, depending on how long this video is going to take. So we have Zenith loaded up, and like I showed you before, there is the main user interface is this. It's got an ADSR, a reverb effects section, and a delay effects section. It also has a window here so we can actually see the samples that we're playing. And then either side, we have a high pass filter, a low pass filter, a start and stop pan pot for to choose where your sample stops and starts. And then we have a reverse button as well, so we can just flip our samples 180 degrees. And then, oh yeah, we have the main effects here, this big knob in the middle. It's very subtle what it does to the sound. It's like a saturator. It saturates the sound and adds sparkle. And yes, you can automate it. It's in Kontakt, so you can automate it with your. You can either automate it or you can link it with your MIDI keyboard. Then we have the effects section that I showed you earlier quickly on the web page. The effects there's quite a few of them. We've got choices, and yeah, the effects section is pretty self-explanatory. So we can twist and mangle our sounds when we're playing them. And then the stutter engine, this is a really cool feature. In modern trailer music, you hear a lot of stutters, whether it's risers stuttering or Braaams stuttering or basses stuttering. We can create all these sounds with this stutter section here. We can just draw it in. We also have a random feature, and we can just reset it as well. The random feature is pretty cool. We can just randomize any patterns. It's a brand new pattern each time, but in fact, I prefer to draw things in. Here's the on and off button, and then we also have the other 2 stutter sections for filter, so we can draw in our filter, the shape of our filter over time, the filtering over time. I mean, then we have a pan section where we can draw in our left and right panning. They also have the randomized feature, just like the stutter section. Here we can choose our steps, so how long we want the sequencer to last. We've got 1. Speed as well. How fast is it going? This is all linked to the tempo as well in your DAW, so you don't have to worry about dodgy playing. All right, let's actually listen to some sounds. So I loaded up the first. So when Zenith is loaded up, we have on the left hand side we are given a few folders: Epic Trailer Kit, Percussion, Staples, Synths, Time Machine, Trailer Hits, and Transitions. We're going to go through all of them. Let's have a quick look at Trailer Hits. These are... Oh, we've still got reverse on. These are, as you can imagine, they are the trailer hits. They are the classic sounding trailer hits. The 4 coloured sections here represents the tonality of the hits, the different types of tonality and pitch of the hits. You can hear there's slightly, the differences are subtle, but it's there. So we can create interesting layers. in our productions. Then on the left side you have key switches, so you can tune your hits to the actual track. And that's it for the epic trailer hits. Let's move on to percussion. Now, I haven't used this section much at all, just because it's really just electronic drum sounds, and I'm sure anybody watching has plenty of drum samples and electronic drum sounds they like to reach for. But I had a walk through these earlier, and they are pretty good. You've got some classic 808s there that you can reach for. I'm not going to stay long in this section because it's all very straightforward. Okay, that's just cymbals, electronic hats. Yeah, great. We've all got some of those. Kicks. Yeah, the kicks, I noted they all sounded pretty cool. Snares, again, we've all got lots of snare sounds. We've gone back to 808s. Right, let's go to staples. This is a really important folder. This is where you have your classic trailer sounds, and they all sound fantastic. I'm usually, when I'm using Zenith, I'm usually in this section reaching for sounds all the time. So we've got Braaams here. Well, we've got two folders of Braaams. We've got Braaams key switches. That's what the KS stands for. We've got normal Braaams. Then we've got brass benders, which sound fantastic. Downers, which also sound awesome. Hybrid tracers, hybrid tracer, and risers. So let's just go through all of them real quick. We've got loads of Braaams sounds. They're all, as you can hear, they're really not a copy and paste job. Cinematic Tools have done a fantastic job of creating really varied sounds. You know, it's not copy and paste. They haven't sort of copied one sample and then tweaked a filter and added a, I don't know, an extra distortion and a chorus or something. Really created some really good sounds. And yes, again, here we have the key switching. Again, we have more Braaams, but these ones are tuned Braaams. So if you want a different sounding Braam, we actually have to go into this section here, this drop-down menu. We can also scroll along with the arrows and select. Choose from different Braam sounds. But like I said, I use this section of Zenith a hell of a lot because it's where all the folder's actually called staples, as in trailer sound design staples. It's got all your classic modern trailer sounds in it. Right, let's move on. Brass benders, I love this section. It's just got such amazing sounds. Like I said, we have to use the drop down to go through. But yes, it's like I said, these are all really varied sounds. It's not a copy and paste job, which I love. And also the features of Zenith, you know, the envelope, the reverb and delays here, the fact that we can choose where we want our sample to start from, as well, the reverse, the filters, the 8-slot or 7-slot effects page, or 6-slot effects page, sorry, and the stutter engine just means we can really sculpt all of these sounds. So not only do we have a fantastic library full of modern trailer sounds, but we can really mangle them and mess them up and make them our own. Yeah. Okay, let's move on to downers. We've got the key switches over here, so we can our downers can be tuned. And we've just got loads of them. We've got all sorts to choose from and mess about with. It's a nice clean sound. There's some subtle harmonics there. Right, let's move on. Hybrid tracers. These are tunes, so we've got a selection that we have to scroll through. But yeah, they're a mix between sort of pad sounds and gentle Brahms, these hybrid tracers. That's cool. Right, let's keep going. Risers, the classic riser. I won't stay long on this one. These are pretty self-explanatory. They're just risers, but they sound great. So I'll just listen to a few. Again, we can tune in here with the switches section. Right, let's move on to another section that I actually use a lot within Zenith, and it's the synth section. Going to the synth section, we have 3 folders. We have distorted bass sounds, we've got drones, and we've got hybrid pads. The bass sounds are great. I use them consistently in my productions. Let's go down to the bottom end. And one thing that I failed to mention is with certain sounds that you select, for example, the basses and the lead sounds, pad sounds, lead sounds, and tracer sounds, you have the option of choosing polyphonic, monophonic, and then with certain sounds that I've just mentioned, you have the glide option, and the glide option is, well, you'll hear it, but we can choose the duration of the glide, but it got a few different basses to choose from. Let's go to the stutter section. It already loads up a stutter for you with when we select a bass sound. So let's just turn on the stutter engine and let's randomize a filter. See what this sounds like. Not that good. Obviously, if you've got a sound in your head, you can, obviously you'll have a sound in your head that you can draw into here. Let's randomize this. Cool. Yeah, so those are the bass sounds. But yeah, we've got a few from the drop down list. We've got, well, there we go. We've got 23 bass sounds. So we're not short of dirty, distorted bass sounds. I'm going to turn this stutter off because it's annoying me now. Turn that off. Great sound. You guys know what a distorted bass sounds like. But yeah, we've got loads of sounds to work with, lots of distorted bass sounds to work with. Let's move on to drones. The drone sounds are really cool. I really like them. They're not basic. They're very textured. There's a lot to them, and we can do a lot with them with the features within Zenith. We do have to go through them though with the drop down list here, but you can hear that they've each got their own nuances to them and characteristics, unique characteristics, sorry. Oh, really cool. Yeah, so I'm not really going through all the sounds because it would take a while, but I'm hoping just going through them like this will give you a better idea of what you'll be getting if you do decide to purchase the Zenith library. But I mean, I gave my very quick review, or actually opinion, earlier, and I'll say it again, it's a fantastic library, and beginner composers, intermediate composers, the pros, everybody should own it. Everybody can own it and should own it. It's a great library. Okay, let's move on. Hybrid pads. I haven't used these a lot, but again, they've all got their own nuances to them. They're not a copy and paste thing. Cool. I don't like that they're the one thing they're very sort of mono sounding, so I'm actually going to add an effect. Just because I want to hear it. I want to hear it go wide. Let's add some width. Yeah, there we go. But these pads, you can imagine, are great fillers, to fill out the atmosphere of your trailer tracks. Let's move on to this next section called Time Machine. I love this section. It's very straightforward. it's just a load of clock and watch ticking sounds. And this is all they are. But we've got loads of them. And I use this. I don't use it loads and loads and loads, but we've got loads of really cool, interesting ticking and clicking sounds that we can use to create pace in our productions. So it's really useful, and I do use them. Trailer hits. These actually, this is another section that I use a hell of a lot. In this section, we've got booms, impacts, whoosh hits, and whooshes. So we just go to booms. Oh, there we go. We've got our classic trailer sub boom, and there's loads of them. And they are enormous sounds. So, as you can hear, they are all very much unique. They're not, they've all got their own textures, their own variety, and timbres. Let's move on to impacts. It's the same with the impacts. They're all stand out. Not one is similar to the other in any way, which is really good. We've got our key switches here so we can tune the impacts as well, or really pick them. The processing, I can even hear just the processing is awesome, because when you lose fidelity when you start pitching things down. But if I pitched everything right down to this low D over here, and the sound just still sound great. So kudos to cinematic tools there. Okay, whooshes. Classic trailer whooshes. Oh, it was a bit loud. Yeah, really cool sounds. Oh no, sorry, that was Whoosh Hits. That's not Whooshes. But the one thing I would say about Whoosh Hits and the Whooshes as well, in fact, we'll get to those, is when you're producing, you can't actually sync the whooshes to the tempo of your DAW. So that means you have to play in the Whoosh Hits and the whooshes off time and get them as close as possible on the beat, and then drag the MIDI to the sync points later to get it really in time, which is the annoying part of using these Whoosh Hits. Unless, I mean, I haven't read the instructions for Zenith. Maybe there is a way to do it, and I'm just making life difficult for myself because I'm too lazy to read the instructions. But so far in all my productions, I've been having to record it in, get it as close to the beat as possible, and then having to drag a little bit as well. Right, let's go to the whooshes. Again, we've got loads of whooshes, and they can all be tuned here with the key switches. But the whooshes are very unique sounding. There's not one that sounds similar. We've got loads of choice. That's awesome. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Time Machine, Trailer Hits. Then we have transitions. I haven't used this a lot. In fact, I haven't used this at all. I've quickly listened to the sounds and they sound great, but I haven't found a use for them necessarily in my productions yet. But the transitions are, as you can hear, they're a mix of hits, rises and downers, just sort of well put together. Well, transitions. Oh, that was cool. And they're all created at different tempos, which is cool. If we go down the list, we've got the different tempos here. It looks like. Yeah, so the transition section is just a collection of well put together trailer sound design elements, which you can sort of, I suppose, just play into your productions. I haven't used it at all, but I'm going to give it a go now that I've had a better listen and look. But yeah, that's it. I mean, I'll say it again, it's a great library. There's a lot more to listen to than what I've just demonstrated, but I hope the video has given you a better idea of what you would be getting if you were to buy the Zenith library. But it's great. I use it all the time. Well, I hope this video has helped. Thanks. Keep writing and stay creative.